Good evening. Okay. Anyway, welcome Sneak Cat and Aleph and any other folks maybe even anonymously. Tonight, it is Friendsim time with Remele and Konyyl. Let's get that game a-going. Here we go. Alright, so let's see. Preamble. Not much to say. Just been chilling. Getting a little more work done on that, oh god, I have to finish my art history project tonight. But I'm getting some more work done on art programming and stuff. Fandom news, not a heck of a lot to add. Yep, that's pretty much it for the moment. You want the tiger... Okay, so you want Konyyl last. Got it. So that's one vote. Book 2 was released. Yeah, I mean, I guess the official release date was supposed to be July 10th. It started popping up in stores even before then, though. I don't know. Maybe they just pushed it earlier because of the convention, and because they were selling the books there, they figured they'd sell them early everywhere else. I don't know. But yes, that the official release date for the book has officially passed. And now the waiting begins for book number 3, which will contain the whole of Act 4. Yes, that comes out on October 25th. One of the other holy days of Homestuck. But yes, book 2. It's out. It's happening. Anime Expo's over. Yes. Yes, so that is indeed fandom news. And alright. Any other votes about who to do? Look at this gorgeous list. Look at these wonderful, wonderful children. Yeah. If there's any other votes to be tossed, toss them while I read the introduction. Actually, I'm going to have some water first, and then I'm going to read the introduction. Wait a second. It's not appearing on the stream. Why is this game not showing up? Like, the game capture is on. That should have been up this whole time. Like, I had the game loaded. You want all of... Okay, so we have 2 conflicting votes. I'm gonna flip a coin on that then. Okay, so we have some strongly conflicting opinions. I will flip a coin on that, unless another person wants to pop a vote in the chat. Then feel free. But I will flip a coin on that right after I figure out what the fuck is wrong with my game capture thing. So, sorry for the glitchy crap and the weird setup for today, but this is how we're getting it to work. Alright, now you can see all of my 20,000 fucking things that I have open at the same time, which I probably shouldn't have open at the same time. Anyways, no more votes have been cast, so I'm gonna flip a coin here, actually. Flip a coin. Do I even have a fucking coin anywhere in my goddamn room? Oh. I have an eraser. Tab delete before you said that. Yes. That's sorry about that. I'm not even sure which scene would be referenced. I have seen that movie, but it was a while ago. Okay, wait, I got a better idea, because my eraser's just like blank white and I don't want to draw all over it. Okay, I have a kneaded eraser, which is essentially like, it's supposed to be for charcoal and pencil, but it's like putty, but it's nicer. I actually like to just like squish it. It's nice. It's a little bit tough, but it's good to squish. Is it magical? Oh, the mirror scene. Oh my god. That's ringing a bell. But I can't picture it, and I'm mad about it. Does it have something to do with an elevator? Yeah, it's squishy. It's nice. So I'll make like a mark on one side of it. So the mark side is going to be Remele. And the not mark side is going to be Konyyl. And I got flip. Okay. Whoops, it fucking hit my microphone. And that would be Konyyl last. Flagrantly illegal. I know the title for this one is really fucking good. So the results are the flip are to do Konyyl last. So we shall hop into Remele first. The eraser has spoken, and now I'm gonna see if I can knead it back into a sphere, because I made it into a sphere last time, and then I flattened it to roll it. Okay. Hopping right in. Here we go. Ever since you were a kid back on Earth, you have always held the deep, close wish to one day travel the world. More MSPA reader lore. You wanted to see new places, experience exciting new tastes, and added altitudes and temperatures, maybe even go scuba diving. You never imagined you would actually get the chance. That kind of cool stuff didn't happen to someone like you. Well, you're finally getting your wish. It's just a totally different world. Funny how life turns out. When you get back to Earth, well, you don't want to think about that. Who knows if it will ever happen. You have really chilled out recently, found your place in the universe, drifting from friend to friend, adventure to adventure. It's the only way to live. Okay. So, Remele. Alright, let me just put my little squishy thing down. It's very distracting. Okay. You've wandered into the part of town that seems to have some culture going on. There are a lot of bright neon lights, and you can't read what the sign says, but you can see arcades, a performance space, and what looks like a movie theater, perhaps more indie-oriented compared to the mall cinemas you've seen before. As you continue wandering, you come across a trendy-looking building with a placard outside that shows a little cartoon doodle of a fancy waiter holding out a tray of snacks. You can't read what the words say, but you recognize the intergalactic signal for free fruit inside. Come on in. By the way, Marvis, standing dead-ass center. Odd. Hello, Odd. Welcome, welcome. We're starting with Remele. We only just got started because I had a fuckload of technical difficulties, so lucky for you, you didn't miss a heck of a lot. Oh, you got a con tomorrow. Fuck yeah. Alright. You head inside, and it appears to be an art gallery. It must be opening tonight, because there are festive decorations up and a little table offering drinks and blah, blah, blah. Got tripping on my tongue here. You head inside, and it appears to be an art gallery. It must be opening tonight, because there are festive decorations up and a little table offering drinks and oh my god, I don't know why I'm tripping over my tongue, because I'm looking at it, and I know that it's not pronounced quite the way that it's spelled. Hors d'oeuvres. It's fucking hors d'oeuvres. It's not hors d'oeuvre. It's hors d'oeuvres, and I keep, like, tripping it in my head. Okay. I will get this. There are festive decorations up and a little table offering drinks and hors d'oeuvres. There are many other art appreciators here, and your adrenaline spikes when you realize that most of the trolls milling around are purple bloods. You're not sure if some paintings and snacks are worth the high chances of being maimed when chaotic violence breaks out, but as you're debating the merits of free food versus probable injury, someone approaches you. Okay. And this music is another James Roach original written specifically for the Friendsim. And it is some good shit. Okay. You don't look like my other patrons. Are you lost? Or perhaps looking to start collecting? If you're loaded, ignore that first question. This is my, like, vague attempt at, like, the very slightest of French accents, because it's her quirk just, like, absolutely points at that they're trying to imitate French, because in French they stuck E's on the end of, like, a million fucking words. Art is for everyone, after all, regardless of your blood color. The 4 black pupils in her eye glint and sparkle, and you're not sure yet if it's a menacing or a friendly sparkle. She grins at you, and it shows all her teeth. Oh, lateness cards. Damn. Yeah. Heart matching buddies. Yes. Okay. It low-key, like, bothers me. High-key bothers me. Okay. That throughout this route, they refer to it as her 4 black pupils, but there's 5 pupils. There's 5 pupils in that one eye, not 4. Yes, there are 4 extra pupils, but there are 5 in total. Oh my god. Okay. So what do you think of the art? Have any paintings caught your eye? You look around. You don't know much about art, but you are a nerd, and a lot of the paintings in here remind you of scenes from popular movies and games back home. Okay, once again, we're gonna follow same old path. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have pointed it out so early. We're gonna follow same path. I'll be picking out the different routes. Y'all know how it goes. It seems kind of derivative. You clearly know nothing about art, plebe. If you don't like it, there's the door. Make room for someone with money to burn and better taste. Go away. Oh, right. 4-leaf clover. True. Fuck. That is... Yes. I can't believe I didn't notice that before. Anyway. Yeah, if you don't like her art, you just get fucking kicked out. Which, like, fair if you're being rude. Okay. Back we go. The artwork is stunning. Perhaps the best I've ever seen. Troll Mona Lisa who? How have we not been killed? See, getting killed is actually not a very common ending. Severe injury? Yeah, that's a pretty regular thing, but like death, not always. Stop, you flatterer. She puts a hand on her hip and winks at you, and you're guessing here that she doesn't actually want you to stop. You're also making the connection that she must be the artist who painted all of these. You sense an opportunity for friendship, so you lay it on thick and gush about how talented she is. Yeah, we've only been killed, like, 3 times. Out of how many possible endings? 7 friend sims with 2 trolls each, so there's 14 trolls times 3 endings per troll. That's 28, 38, 42. 3 out of 42 is like pretty good chances for not dying. If, 3 out of 42 is the number of times we actually died. But yes, that's always watching Rev Scarecrow's playthroughs as well. He's always like, oh, they're gonna kill me. I'm gonna die. This is it. I'm just dead. It's like, it's not actually that common, y'all. It's good. It's chill. It's nice. Huh. I thought you looked like a dumbass when you walked in, but you have good taste after all. Let me show you around. You follow Remele through the gallery, swinging by the table with the free food first. It's pretty good by the standards you've come to expect on Alternia, but what you thought was wine at first glance is actually Faygo. No thanks. Oh, true, bonus ending for Vicaire. So that's actually set. Fuck, what did I say it was? 42? 43 endings then. So there are 43 endings. And you only die in 3 of them. That's pretty good odds. Yeah, I love this. It's actually Faygo. You may have noticed some themes exhibited in my work. I don't love clowns or gore as much as it may seem. That's just what I have for sale here. If you look at my work online, you'll see more of the full range of my art. But for this fancy gallery shit, Purple Bloods are some of my best customers. Those clowns fucking love art. They're rich as fuck, and they'll buy anything as long as it's violent enough or features religious themes. You've seen the kind of destruction and mayhem that Purple Bloods are capable of, so you're surprised that she doesn't seem to mind being in a crowded gallery with so many of them. My French accent sounds kind of German. Yeah, I'm not like... It's just the faintest hint of an accent. I always feel weird imitating accents because I don't want to, like, insult anyone. But, yeah. I know it's not quite the sharpest. Most other trolls you've interacted with have done their best to steer clear of the clown murder cult guys, at least when one of those hate romance relationships isn't on the table. Isn't it kind of dangerous to actively court them for her audience? Oh, sure. They can be unpredictable, and keeping them happy requires some schmoozing. Occasionally I have to pretend I've drunk the Faygo and pull some religious references out of my ass. But it's nothing I can't handle. You can make a lot more money as an artist if you're not choosy about what you draw. One of my customers oh my god, this is the best fucking callback. I love this. Okay, how am I gonna... I gotta take a breath so I can say this with a fucking straight face. Okay. One of my customers is this blue blood moron who only ever commissions me to draw low bloods in quadrants with other low bloods. I've got him convinced I'm giving him a deal on his rate when he's actually paying 5 times what I charge anyone else. My point is, artistic integrity is for chumps. If you want to get ahead in this world, give the people what they want first. So, okay. This blue blood? Yes, it is fucking zebra. Oh my god. I fucking laughed so hard when I first read that line. Oh my god. This volume has a lot of callbacks. Yeah, zebra's indigo, but a lot of the terms for the hemispectrum, they use them pretty interchangeably here. Like rust blood has been used to refer. I thought rust blood was strictly like burgundy, but like in the Friendsims, they've been using it to refer to burgundy and bronze and gold, and blue blood has been kind of used, at least by the readers, and some of the trolls interchangeably as like either form of blue. But I mean, who else would that be? Right? Yeah, that I just fucking love that callback. Oh right, I scrolled the wrong way. Okay, moving along. Yeah, I mean, and here's the other thing. Just from, I'm gonna get all artsy theoretical with you or whatever. Because as y'all know, I'm actually in art school right now. Not planning to become a professional artist, but I'm surrounded by a lot of this stuff. And I just gotta say, I mean, I don't agree with her point on artistic integrity being for quote unquote for chumps. But I do gotta say, all these people get real fucking angry. Oh my god, you're selling out, making stuff for the masses. But like, if you're a professional artist and you want to be a professional artist, a lot of the time you do have to kind of pander a little bit to make fucking bank. You gotta pay for groceries and rent somehow. And there's nothing wrong with making some more marketable things to make money so you can A, eat, and B, pour that extra bank into things that you actually want to do and are passionate about. Like, there's nothing wrong with using your skills to make some extra cash so you can do the artistic things you want to do, right? I mean, like, oh my god, you're selling out. Like, nah, just want to eat. Anyways, that was why I said in the last Homestuck stream that I was like, felt like I had like a spiritual connection with Remele, is because like this stuff, I don't think artistic integrity is for chumps, but I do think that there's nothing wrong with making a little bit of cash on the side. Oh, she stole your Reese's? What the fuck? That is not fair. Also, that makes me really want something with peanut butter. That strikes you as a depressing outlook on the creative process, but you're aware by now that idealism on Alternia tends to lead to shorter lifespans. And you have to admit, looking around at the crowd in this gallery, that her cynical approach seems to be working. You tell her that she sounds pretty business savvy in addition to talented, and she winks at you again. Thanks, I know. Because I make bank doing shit like this, I'm able to fund my passion projects. You should really check out my webcomic. But before you can find out what her webcomic is about, she notices another troll that has been sidling up to you. As she approaches, she whips out what looks like a small recording device with a smile. Remele's face goes carefully blank and she crosses her arms over her chest. And how can I help you? Ah, yes. Hello there, Miss Namak. I'm with Alternia Nightly, and I must say, it looks like your first ever gallery exhibit has been a smashing success so far. The journalist's syrupy tone and innocuous words don't seem threatening to you, but you're picking up on some tense vibes from Remele, whose hair ribbon swings forward in front of her face aggressively. Try not to laugh. She's hungry. Where's your stash? Aw, that's fucking cute, though. Of course it's a success. I never expected otherwise. Maybe not, but some in the art world have expressed surprise at the timing of this. Some have called it bold, considering you're currently in the middle of a plagiarism controversy. Would you care to comment on the case against you by Trident Media? Instead of being caught off guard by the question sprung on her, Remele relaxes and laughs. Oh, that. Pfft. As if they have any kind of real evidence that I'm violating their precious intellectual property. All the characters I draw and profit from are entirely original, and Trident Media and their legislator are just mad about it because the whole internet knows that my storylines are better than the source material. Oops, I mean, better than the unrelated creative works that my comics happen to bear a superficial resemblance to. Feel free to quote me on that. So she's getting sued for fan art. But the best is yet to come, the real kicker. The reporter takes the quote and scuttles away. Aleph, I think that's the most cursed thing you've ever said. The reporter takes the quote and scuttles away. Remele seems unbothered, but you can't help but feel concerned for her. Copyright infringement is serious business. Is your new friend in legal hot water? Nah. Alternia barely has any copyright protections to speak of. It's just that little pest Gorjek trying to stir up shit as usual. The company behind his lawsuit wouldn't even care if he hadn't gotten involved. Journo is a valid troll name? Yes, that is true. Journo is... They kind of snuck that in there. I would bet any money that someone has drawn Journo and also given her a last name. And I say her because it was specifically mentioned in the narrative text, MSP reader text. They refer to the journalist as her. But yes. Also, Tagora stirring up shit. Fucking Tagora. It's no big deal. Nothing I can't handle. You go back to following her around the gallery, keeping your distance whenever a purple blood comes up to compliment her on her work. You can tell that despite her confident attitude, Remele is still thinking about that journalist. She taps her foot and frowns at the paintings whenever there's a lull in conversation, throwing glances at the door that the journalist left through. Oh, yes. Get that water. Water is important. You know, it's not like Alternia has a free pass or credible newspapers. That reporter was probably hired by someone with a grudge to dig up dirt on me. I don't think it was Gorjek, actually. Too obvious. Amateurish. No, this stinks of my competition. The artistic establishments that think all I do is fan art and shouldn't be taken seriously as an artist. Yeah, and this is getting into also the idea that fan art is not real art and that fan artists don't make real art, which is, of course, bullshit. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, Aleph. I don't even know what you're trying to do with the spoilers there. I don't. I don't know which parts you're trying to... I think I do. But I'm not even 100% sure what the second troll name would be. MSP, a reader is a valid kid name? Oh, true. That is true. I never noticed that before. All of their paintings are in the museum across the street, and they hate that I've managed to put up my own exhibit. Those stuck-up pretentious bulge scrubs have been trying to sabotage me for so long. She turns to you, her hands balled up into fists and the X in her eye flashing with passion. I've been waiting for the opportunity to strike back. Oh, fuck, I forgot to turn the vibrate off on my phone. 1 second. There we go. I've been waiting for the opportunity to strike back at them. If everyone is going to accuse me of being a thief and a hack anyway, I might as well steal from them for real. But their security is tight, and I haven't had an accomplice. Until now. What do you say? Want to help me pull off a risky art heist? Yes. Fuck yes. Hell fucking yes. Now this one we're not going to have to keep coming back to because you do get the same result for all three. But let's say hell fucking yes because hell fucking yes. Remele does one last round in her exhibits, Remele does one last round in her exhibit, saying goodbye to her patrons and grabbing her bag, which seems to be mostly art supplies, as you head out the door and onto the street. This is the heist? Oh yes, Odd. We're fucking heisting tonight. Oh god, I fucking love Remele and her route. Okay. The museum that she wants to rob is at the end of the block, in a much bigger, fancier building than the one you just walked out of. All the lights are off inside, and it doesn't seem to have any signs advertising current exhibits. We can do this one of two ways. Follow the journalist and steal the keys if she has them, or break in without them. Okay. You know what? Let's cut to the chase and bust down the door. A heist sounds risky enough without spending extra time trying to pickpocket some keys. You suggest that if this crime is going to happen tonight, it should happen now. No time like the present. Good point. Let's go break into a museum. You scoot casually across the street to the museum on the corner. After seeing the kind of looks your unusual appearance draws from passerbys, Remele takes some fabric from her bag and wraps it around your head. There. Now people will probably just assume that you have horns. You're just embarrassed by them being tiny or malformed. Duck into that alcove shielding the museum's back door and wait for me. I'm gonna circle the block first, so we seem less suspicious. I don't know what the fuck this accent is. As you wait for Remele by the door, the reality of this caper sets in. You'd been excited about the heist at first, because who wouldn't be excited by the opportunity to sneak around, steal some art, and stick it to the man, probably while a snazzy soundtrack played. But you realize that in heist movies they always have blueprints for the place they're gonna rob, and you have no blueprints. It seems like a dire sign. Before you can get too swept up in your worries, Remele returns. Does she have any idea how to get into this place? Because the door looks pretty unbust-downable to you. Yeah, I've got some tricks up my sleeve. I've never done this before, but it'll probably work. She roots through her bag until she comes out with several paintbrushes of varying sizes, then crouches down and uses the skinniest one as a lockpick. It doesn't work, but then she selects a different paintbrush with different bristles and uses some of the bristles bunched together, and the lock clicks open. That would never actually work. Unless you were using a fucking brush made of steel or something. Bristles are not that strong. Huh! I am great at this. I bet I could be an incredible thief if I decided to do that instead of art. Do you ever take the time to just sit back and acknowledge how great you are at everything you try to do and how much you trust yourself to never fuck up when it counts? MSP Reader only died in even-numbered volumes so far. An interesting observation. And I guess it does kind of give it away. But you still don't know how it's going to go bad. So I don't know. Because, I mean, no matter which ending you have goes first, the last ending you always kind of know what it's going to be already, right? I mean, true, it's Alternia, so, like, they could have different paintbrushes. That is the point. You hope that the question is rhetorical, because your honest answer is that no, you don't have a whole lot of experience acknowledging how great you are at everything you attempt. Odd numbers are better. An interesting theory. Your mental acknowledgements lately have mostly been the opposite of that. Maybe it wasn't rhetorical, because Remele stays crouched down like that for a second, looking at you like she wants an answer. When you eventually come up with an awkward shrug, she stands up and puts away her makeshift lockpick, dusting off her hands and opening the door. I guess not everyone can be at my confidence level. Anyway, let's go. You follow her inside. Much to your delight, you see that this museum has an infrared laser beam alarm system. It looks so cool, just like in the movies, and you're back to being excited. Remele seems into it too, bouncing on the balls of her feet next to you. Interesting, very interesting. One of us is going to have to get through these beams to disable the alarm. The box to do it is across the room there, see? But these lasers are so close together. You can see the issue. Remele isn't that tall for a troll, but she might be too tall to maneuver through these beams. Even if she bends over, it's going to be tricky for her to squirm through them all without losing her balance and tripping the alarm. But the trolls that designed this alarm system didn't have your hornless ass in mind when they thought of potential intruders. You stoop over a bit and see if you'll fit, and sure enough, yes, you should be able to shimmy your way through these beams with minimal contortion. Fuck yeah! I knew I was right to bring an accomplice. Great thinking, me. And great heist skills, you, if you pull this off. You recall what she said about confidence and trusting yourself not to fuck things up, and assure her that you've got this. Aleph, I was getting to that. I'm taking all my fucking material away from me. But yes, that is what the reference into the poster and the painting in the back. You face the laser beams with your self-doubt shoved all the way down, where it hopefully won't screw anything up for you. You take a deep breath and crouch down carefully, so carefully, and inch your way forward between the wires. It's the slowest you've ever crossed a room in your life, and there are a couple of moments when you teeter and almost lose your balance. You can hear Remele hissing through her teeth behind you at tense moments, but you press on without looking back. And then, you've done it! You've reached the box to disable the alarm system. And you have no idea how you're going to do that. All the buttons are labeled in an Alternian alphabet. Crap. Yo, you don't have dibs on anything. You can't put dibs on facts. I mean, you get to there was a reason I was waiting for that reveal, Aleph, okay? And I will talk about it when the time is actually there. Oh, that's right. I forgot you can't read. Press the one that looks like a meat hook but with angry eyes. And then press the one that looks like a meat hook but it's got purbeast claws. That should do it. That sounds bonkers to you, but you look back at the buttons, and her descriptions of the letters were actually pretty spot on. Oh, ouch. R.I.P. Sneak Cat's chair. That sounds bonkers to you, but you look back at the button. Oh, yes, I read that. Pretty spot on. Ta-da! You press the angry eyes and the cat claws, and the whole alarm system makes a soft shuddering noise and clicks and shuts off. You are thrilled. You did it! Who knew that doing something right could give you such a rush? This is just like the part of the heist where the heroes had to sweat for a minute, but then defeated the unforeseen wrench in their plan. You are certain that there couldn't possibly be any larger wrenches in your plan still to come. Remele crosses the room to join you, giving you an appraising look with her hands on her hips. Not bad. Thanks for coming through for me like that. Now let's get what we came here for. There's one work in particular that I'm here to get. You follow her through the different galleries, passing through sculpture rooms and oil paintings, until you reach a display of pieces that look inspired by pop culture. The painting and prints in here remind you a lot of Remele's exhibit, and when you look at her, you can see that she's rigid, her eyes flashing in a passionate blue tint to her cheeks. I can't believe they call me a hack. Such bullshit. Whatever. It's cool. It doesn't actually bother me. I just need to send the message that they don't want to fuck with me. This painting right here is a direct ripoff of one of my early works. Back when I was naive enough to put my art up for free without realizing it would just get copied and someone else would get all the credit and profit. Well, I learned my lesson. I'll take this so they can't sell it, rip off their rip-off, and make something even better and turn it over for a truckload of cash. She grabs the painting, and just when the two of you are ready to heist roll out of there, you hear voices at the back door, and what sounds like a team of security guards coming in. Yeah, Silence of the Lambs was... Yeah, I never watched Hannibal. I was just like, a show about cannibalism? No, thank you. But yes, that is Silence of the Lambs poster. The reason I was waiting is because that is indeed the one she takes, and also, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure we get a bigger, like a more close-up look of it in her hands at some point. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I feel like there's a higher quality image out there. Anyway. She grabs the painting, and just when the two of you are ready to heist roll out of there, you hear voices at the back door and what sounds like a team of security guards coming in. They must have arrived to investigate the alarm system shutting down. You're ready to embrace your panic, but you stop hyperventilating when you feel Remele's vice-like claw grip on your arm. Don't freak out. Follow my lead, and we can still get out of this. You assume that the whole heist is off now the security has... shown up, but to your surprise, Remele doesn't put the stolen painting back on the wall. She gives your arm one last reassuring squeeze before sauntering out of the room with her head held high, moseying with no hurry towards the front door. You follow her nonchalant lead as best you can. Now, I discovered... During the last stream, I discovered a control that would make the text disappear so you could see underneath and we could get a better look at this painting, but I don't remember what fucking button it was. No, that wasn't it. Shit. Spacebar advances the text forward. Oh, you didn't understand what Olive said? Basically, what Olive said was that the painting is a reference to a movie poster for Silence of the Lambs. That's kind of like the primary thing to get out of that, but also that the thing in front of the mouth is a rage-bound god tier of unidentifiable class. Well, I know it wasn't in... It was like... No, that's not the right button. It wasn't in here. It was a different text, like, key command. Okay, so if you use the buttons, then they show up over there. Smash every button. Yeah, I know, right? Woo! What the fuck did I just do? I was hitting a bunch of buttons and I just did something. Is this even still showing up on screen? I'm suddenly in full screen mode. Hey, it's showing up in full screen. Fuck, I should have just done that in the first fucking place. I captured a screenshot and I don't know where that would have saved or what button did that. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep moving. Maybe I will happen upon it later. What the fuck did I do? I don't know what the fuck I did. I'm just gonna keep going. When one of the security guards stops her, Remele gives him a condescending, slightly confused look. What are you even doing here? My assistant told me she informed all the staff that I would be swinging by today to pick this up. Did you miss that memo? What? Oh, there's key controls in here. Okay. advance, navigate interface, access game menu, skip dialogue, toggle dialogue skipping, roll back, roll forward, height. Oh, H, that's the button I pressed. S, took a screenshot. Okay. I was not aware that that was what the help menu was. Now if I scroll back a little. There we go. So this is our clearer look at the painting. Yeah. So you can see there's Ragebound, God Tier. Kind of hard to pick out a specific class. Because there's no codpiece, so it can't be barred. Full pants, so it's not page or prince. Long sleeves, so it's not air. It's got this weird, like, spiky collar thing. Yeah, so it's kind of sure is something. But yes, that is a better look at the painting. Yes, that's right. In the person who's crying, it appears to be a burgundy blood. Possibly some reference to chuckle voodoos being used on a burgundy blood, something like that. Maybe mage? Yeah. Possibly. I think it's the long sleeves that gets me, because there aren't a lot of god tier outfits with long sleeves, and I don't remember what they all look like. But yes, mage is possible. Anyways. That's what that is. And I just went backwards. There we go. Now we're going forwards. And there we go. Okay. Give me a break. I'm sure it must be easy to miss things, right? Because as a security guard, you probably get so much important correspondence every day. Her 4 pupils somehow give her sneering eye roll extra sarcastic force. She yawns, and with her free hand not holding the painting, flicks some non-existent dirt off her shoulder. The security troll, a burgundy blood judging from the sign on his cop hat, looks uncertain and embarrassed. But I get it. I understand crossed the wires. Since you're apparently too busy to do your job right, I'll catch you up to speed. I'm the artist behind this piece, and I've got a wealthy patron interested in commissioning something similar. I'm taking this as reference in order to negotiate a better deal. There is absolutely no way these guys will buy her story. The two of you look so guilty, and you still have her yellow sash wrapped around your head, probably looking like an idiot with a head injury. But Remele is staring down this guard like it hasn't even occurred to her that she might be questioned. You've never seen someone double down so hard on a story that is such transparent bullshit. If you want to waste more of my time and yours by calling your superior to verify, go ahead. He might not be thrilled that this mix-up happened because you can't keep up with your emails, though. The security troll was already wavering, and at the mention of his emails, he cringes. His coworkers behind him shuffle around muttering to each other. He steps back, horns lowered in embarrassment, and waves you and Remele through with a mumbled apology. You can't believe this is happening, but the two of you swagger out to the street through the front door, legitimate as anything. You don't stop until you've turned the corner to the next block. Then Remele leans against the wall and laughs, holding her painting happily to her chest. Ha ha! Suckers! Feels good to get away with things, doesn't it? It does feel good, you suppose. Mostly you think you're still reeling. How did she come up with a story like that on the fly? How did she guess correctly that the security guard wasn't some hyper-organized inbox zero kind of guy who'd never believe that he could have missed a message? Remele gives you an odd look and reaches forward to unwind her sash from around your head and stuff it in her bag. I just winged it, man. You overthink things. My guesses are usually right because I'm a creative genius, but if going after him for emails hadn't worked, meh. I guess we'd have been arrested, and I'd talk my way out of that eventually, too. Yeah, MSPA reader's just, like, super obvious, but most of the time it's chill. You're Oh, you're going to sleep? Alright then. Good night, Aleph. Hope work goes well tomorrow. The rest of the stream will be up on Twitch if you are inclined to take a gander at it. Have a good sleep. See you hopefully on Friday. Oh, nobody. Oh, calls them. Yeah, I know. Yeah. That makes. Yes, that does make a lot more sense than Phil's. Oh, you're not sleeping, you're just tired. Okay. Well then. Anyway, I guess I should keep moving then. Wow. You find it hard to believe that she goes through life so easily with that kind of unshakable belief that she can improvise through anything. Doesn't she worry that it'll catch up with her someday? You want the long answer? It's this. Nope. I super don't. And if you still don't get it, I don't know if it's the kind of thing you can really learn. She picks up the painting again, looking down the street and away from you. Well, that was a successful heist. Now that I've ruined the competition, I feel inspired. I'm going to take this home and paint. Wait, hang on. With a sinking feeling, you realize that she's getting ready to depart and that this friendship might be slipping through your fingers. Sorry, kid. You seem like you're not totally useless, at least, but I'm not one for long-term artistic collaboration. It's a lot easier to talk your way out of a tight spot when you're on your own. Peace. You watch her go, your shoulders sagging with disappointment. You guys stole from a museum together, escaped together, bamboozled the cops together. You should have bonded over your shared transgressions and culpability. Every crime movie you've ever seen has taught you that heists bring people closer together, but cultural differences? Game over. So, yeah, because everyone's always like, oh no, how are we gonna die here? But, like, literally the bad ending for this route is that you're successful, and then she just leaves. Yeah. Rip indeed. She's just kind of like, you were good for that, but you're not very interesting, so bye. Okay. So. What's up, Sneak Cat? What are you not getting with this one? Scorpios. You didn't bond enough? I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, you did the heist, but she didn't really feel... Well, the choice that we made was to bust down the door. So we busted down the door and then did the whole heist thing, right? And then she was kind of like, cool, awesome, successful, thanks, bye. Yeah. And now we're gonna go back and see how things go. What happens if we just steal the keys? You would much rather walk through an unlocked door than try to bust it down, and the reporter is still in sight, turning a corner down the street. You try to imitate Remele's casual yet confident way of walking, like she could blend in anywhere and pull off anything. But despite your efforts to not attract suspicion, you keep getting looks. Not being the same species as everyone around you tends to make you stand out. Shit. This could be a problem. I can put together a disguise for you, hang on. You watch as she starts pulling things from her bag. She seems to have all sorts of things in there, from paintbrushes to blobs of clay to paint, and you think she might be putting together some fake horns for you from scratch real quick? But before she can finish, you realize that one of the Purple Bloods about to walk into Remele's gallery is staring at you. He looks vaguely familiar, and you realize a little too late where you've met before when he starts walking towards you. You. I remember you. You broke into my apartment. It's the same troll that you and Polypa escaped from. You back away as he advances, a lazy grin on his face. Remele glances from him to you and back to him again. Yeah, this... as much as I love Remele, I feel like this part of the route specifically could have been done a lot better. Like, if they wanted the ending that you get here, I don't know. Because, like, this kind of muddles the way that the canon has been, like, kind of going so far. Like, in all of the other Friend Sims, it's just kind of been that, like, the good endings are the verifiable, like, canon routes. Like, they're the scenarios that are seen to be true, and we see the results of them continue on. Right? But, like... Well, yeah, because, like, this, you'd think, okay, well, I guess then the bad ending is canon for Polypa, but not anyone else, but that doesn't really make sense. But... in Elward's route, when she asks you to do the fake date, it makes reference to the fact that you did the fake date thing with Polypa and almost ended up in a Warreligence before you went on your merry way. Broken then went on alright? Well, because the thing with the breaking in is that the end of that route is Polypa leaving you. So they can't be, like, concurrent events. Like, they're the two branching paths, right? So, like, this part, they broke in later as the second part of the date. I mean, it's possible, but it doesn't sound very logical since they'd already successfully dodged media attention. I don't know. This, in particular, just, kind of frustrated me because it completely mixes up what exactly is viewed as, like, the canon. Because, yeah, we could say, like, all routes are canon, right? But that just kind of makes things more confusing than they need to be. Time is an illusion is so in this game. So is this game. I fucking know, okay? But, like, it still is a little confusing. Because I love that they're building up. Oh, it's a part of another date. Okay. I mean, I guess that's possible, too. We can't be seeing everything that they're doing. But, yeah. Like, I love the fact that they are building these characters into a coherent story, where it's referring back to events from before, calling up certain characters, you know, in name reference, and also having cameos, and really building this world, right? But part of building that world is some timeline coherence in terms of which routes are canon and which ones aren't. So, yeah, I just found this bit a little frustrating because it muddies the water of that kind of world building stuff a bit. Well, fuck. Looks like I'm not gonna have an accomplice after all. Sorry, pal. Goodbye. She hoists her bag over her shoulder and shrugs her hands in a what can you do gesture. Then she's gone, the big purple blood paying her no mind as she absconds. You want to feel betrayed, but it's hard to blame her considering how scary this guy is. In your heart, you know that you're dead already, but you're not going to accept your fate without attempting to prevent it. You make a mad dash to escape, sprinting towards a skinny alleyway and thinking that maybe you can scamper up a fire escape or something. Unfortunately, your attacker's size doesn't seem to slow him down, and you can hear his heavy footfalls right behind you. He laughs, and it somehow sounds dopey and dumb and completely terrifying at the same time. You make it to the alleyway, but you fucked up because it's a dead end and you don't see anything you could use to clamber to high enough ground. You turn to face him, hopelessness sinking down to your toes. Your scrappy alien tenure on this hazardous new planet is about to come to a messy end. The purple blood swings his massive club lazily in one hand as he approaches you, not bothering to run anymore. You drop into a fighting crouch, trying to think back to your 3rd grade karate lessons for any moves that might be useful, but before he can crush your skull in, you see a flash of movement behind him. He staggers, dropping the club as something hits him from behind. As much as I appreciate inspiring my fans, I'm gonna have to ask you not to interpret my art so literally, as in, no murdering. Remele springs off the troll's back after clawing him and rolls to the side, avoiding his swinging fist. She grabs for his club, which is almost as long as she is tall, but before she can use it, his next blow catches her below the rib cage, sending her flying across the alley into the brick wall. She's on her feet again fast, but you can tell that she's injured, and now she doesn't have the element of surprise on her side. The purple blood turns his back to you as he closes in on Remele, laughing again. You can't let him kill her. You can't let him kill her, not when she came back for you, but you have no idea how you can help here. Your eyes land on Remele's bag, tossed to the side in the melee, and in desperation you grab a loose paintbrush that rolled out of it. You dive forward with a battle cry and stab the end of a paintbrush deep into the high blood's calf. Violent blood squirts you in the face. See, here they are mixing up the terminology again, right? So this is a purple blood. They've already called it a purple blood, but now the MSPA reader is saying violet, when, technically speaking, that's a whole other cast. All of this color language is weirdly interchangeable, and it's a little bit frustrating when you're trying to be specific about things, but yeah, it's used kind of in an interchangeable fashion, a lot of it. Violet blood squirts you in the face. He yells, and you manage to roll away just in time to avoid getting smacked. The slight stab wound hasn't slowed him down much, but it's given Remele a chance to dive out of his range, and while he's still trying to grab you, she gets a hold of his club again. Look at that fucker. Oh my god. She's stronger than she looks, strong enough to get a good wind-up with that thing, and when he turns around towards her, she brings it down hard onto his skull. Oh, buddy. It takes a few more good smashes before the troll finally stops groaning and twitching. Remele breathes heavily, wiping blood splatter off her forehead. She looks up, meeting your eyes. You are absolutely positive that this is the most dramatic way you have ever been rescued. You can't believe she came back and risked her life for you. Don't mention it. I needed an accomplice, right? She drops the club and staggers over to you, pausing to spit out cerulean blood. You remember that she took some damage and hurry to support her, offering her your weak human arm to lean on. Is she going to be okay? I'll be fine. Ceruleans are tough to cull, even for a wannabe subject later. She tilts her head, looking down at the way her blood swirls with larger quantities of purple blood pooling on the asphalt. Huh. That's actually not bad as an artistic medium. The colors and textures work well together. Maybe that blue blood kid from Chitter is onto something. Amicia reference. Which is like the 4th, I think, reference to other troll cultures in this. We got a Marvis cameo in the back, the reference to Zebra getting commissions, the reference to Tagora being the legislator behind that lawsuit, and now a reference to Amicia. Anyway, thank you for having my back with that paintbrush. That took some quick thinking. Alright, that reminds me. When I was watching Rev Scarecrow play this route, he was talking about the fact that stabbing someone with a paintbrush like that and having it actually puncture them would take either a stupid fucking ridiculous amount of strength, or troll paintbrushes are just pointy weapons for some reason. I mean, that sounds pretty plausible, but yeah, like actual paintbrushes, you could not fucking do that. Apparently blood is not the main method of painting yet. Yeah, I mean, is it ever stated in Homestuck canon that blood is the main method of painting for all of Alternia, or is that just the exposure that we have from Nepeta and Gamzee? They both become murder GFs and popularize blood paint. Yes, please, thank you. I would read that fanfic. But yeah. Yeah, I'd have to double check. MSPA reader is getting ripped from fighting. I mean, possibly, yes. They have been doing a lot of fucking traveling. Oh, in one of the walkarounds? I'll have to revisit that. That's not ringing a bell, but yeah. Right, I did read this part. Let's just do that. We make an okay team. We make an okay team. I've never killed anyone before, but that kind of ruled, didn't it? Look at with the little sparkle. She's like, oh my god, killing people, that was so great. The Nepquius. Okay. Yeah, I'd actually be interested in knowing whether or not that's... Yeah, I'll check on that at some point. I mean... Yeah, I want to check on that at some point. Whether or not that's actually going to happen is questionable, if I'm completely fucking honest. But yeah. Sleep soon. Yes, yes. We're almost finished here. You're not sure you would choose those exact words, but you're pretty relieved right now. You might not have the bloodthirsty glint in your eyes that Remele does, but maybe you can interpret your adrenaline shakes as euphoric overload or something. Hell yeah, me too. I can see why people get into this killing business. If I wasn't such a great artist, I'd consider switching careers. But sometimes when you're good at too many things, you have to pick one and stick to it. So no professional assassination for me. I'm still determined to rob the shit out of my competitors though. And you... Now that we've killed someone together, it just makes sense for us to say partners in crime, right? Your heart leaps at the implication that she wants to stick together. You truly do not mind breaking every law in the book if it means she'll be your friend. Nice. We probably don't need to go around breaking every law. I just want to steal some art. But maybe we can reschedule the heist for another day. This neighborhood will be crawling with drones as soon as they realize a Highblood was killed. You feel bad that this troll attempting to slaughter you ruined Remele's gallery opening. Oh, are you kidding? My customer base loves this kind of shit. My art will get even more of the violent reputation when word gets out that someone died at my first gallery show. That's meta as fuck. Oh, true. That low blood morale. Ouch. Yeah. Murder helps make friends. Yes. That's the message of this story. That's the moral. You limp out of the alleyway, supporting Remele with your arm around her waist, and she directs you to the back entrance of her gallery where the two of you can clean off the blood and hide until the drones and crowds are gone. If you don't mind, you can lie low at my place for a few days while we plan this heist. And I might as well get some work done while we wait and scheme. That fight was pretty inspiring. You're already my accomplice, so how would you feel about also being my muse? Victory! More blood! Ta-da! So that's the good ending for Remele. She wants you to be her muse. Well, she can fight Amicia for that. She can fight Amicia over that one. Okay. So. Music down. I know, fear. The fear in the poor MSP reader's eyes. So if I do this, oh, there's my Steam. What am I looking for? So, she's so adore bloodthirsty. True. Musical's bad. Aleph, I don't know what you're even getting at. Like, if it's a spoiler, then we should just not mention it. I've been trying to just not even mention when there's spoiler stuff coming up. But yes, now you sleep. Because that route is over. And, yes. Oh yeah, this is my wallpaper, by the way. Just thought I would show you that. It's my wallpaper. And this is how I've been playing music. And yes. We're about to take 5. Good night, Aleph. Have a good sleep. Have a good work day tomorrow. Yes. So we'll finish off sports. Personally, I love them. I listen to Lofted Gunpile, and then we'll be back. Hello. So that was break for today. And now, without further ado, Konyyl. Yes, that was Remele Namak, and we are now doing Konyyl Okema. Right now, your travels have brought you to what appears to be a normal road in an innocuous part of town. Not particularly upscale, but not exactly a rat trap either. Just pretty average. A row of those spiky purple bushes line the side of the road, and behind one of them stands a large, fierce troll who is glancing furtively up and down the street. Okay, that's less average. Yes, Sneak Cat, there she is. Hey, are you her? Huh? I mean, are you her? Are you who I'm waiting here for? Well, your first instinct is definitely to tell her that yes, of course you are who she's been waiting for, provided she's been waiting for a new friend. But honestly, you aren't sure your shtick is gonna work on this girl. Yes! Olive Scribe from Colors and Mayhem. Such a fucking good song. Of course not. What was I thinking? This is so infuriating. She's so late. I'm so bored. Do you think she's coming? Do you think she's coming soon? You don't know who she means, but you suggest that she might be more comfortable waiting somewhere that isn't a spiky purple shrub. Don't be stupid. My clients value discretion. I have to lay low. The shrub hardly manages to cover her, and standing behind it and shouting is definitely not making her less conspicuous. Neither is asking random passerby whether they are her client. Not that you can talk. Accosting people left and right and asking them to be your friend is kind of your whole deal. If you aren't Country Lady 453, then who is? Country Lady 453? That almost sounds like Skyla! Oh my god! I mean, like, I knew this was coming, and I'm still so happy to see her, because Skyla is so fucking blessed. She is definitely in my top favorite characters of all the friend sims that we've had so far. You're too fucking gay for this. Oh, Sneak Cat, it gets gayer. Sorry I'm late, I couldn't... What in tarnation? You'd know that genteel charm anywhere. Well, my stars! I definitely wasn't expecting to see you around here. What a masterful coincidence. You are incredibly glad to see Skyla. And Lady, too. All unkidnapped and everything. You give Skyla a hug, which she enthusiastically returns. She nearly picks you up off your feet. Lady shoves her nose against your neck and gives you a few sloppy licks. Aww, I want to draw that. That's so fucking adorable. Who the heck are you? I have business at this bush. Maybe find your own. Sorry, but I'm the business your bush has been looking for. Wait, what? Your country lady? The very same. The name's Skyla Kariga. Pleasure to meet you. I didn't think you'd be a bronze. I've gotten that before, honestly. Ouch. Also, by the by, this concerns them too. She puts her hand on your shoulder. It does? It does? Sure enough. They were there when it happened. They even helped me fight off the varmints who tried to take my Lucis. Right, yeah, you said something about that in your message. But I don't get it. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Right, well, the bandits didn't get Lady. But other kids haven't been so lucky. Lowbloods have been hit especially hard. I want you to find the bandits' base of operations, and I want you to take them out. Permanently and painfully. Ayo. Konnyll's mouth moves silently, like she is trying to reason through the steps of Skyla's conversation. Then she catches up, and a slow grin spreads over her face. Yeah, I like painful and permanent. But wait, you want me to get revenge for someone else's Lucis? Why? Well, a few of us got together and decided to do something about it ourselves, since there's no hope of the Eris or drones doing anything to stop the bandits. And they all elected me as spokestroll, seeing as I'm the oldest and the least easily shook. Okay, sure. I guess the why isn't important. How much you got? How much are you willing to throw down? I doubt any lowblood could afford my fees, let alone a bunch of country rusties. Lady starts to growl, and Skyla puts a pacifying hand on her head. Everything's fine, Lady. We expected this, didn't we? We were hoping you'd be willing to do it out of the goodness of your blood pusher. Konnyll laughs so hard that she spits. Skyla winces. You got a pan disorder? If you think I take charity cases, I don't work for pretty smiles. Keep your compliments to yourself, Missy. That wasn't I didn't mean to say that out loud. Why don't you just go find the bandits yourself? You know full well I don't have the means. By the way, that's what I meant by it gets gayer. But you do. It'd be a walk in the recreation field for you. If you weren't so nasty and selfish. Or maybe you're scared. You! I'll show you scared. Oh, hell. It looks like they're about to throw down. You gotta do something to defuse this situation. But she has such a pretty smile. I know, right? Oh my god. It just doesn't stop from keep getting gayer. Okay. Tell them you know people. You mention that you are important, A real mover and shaker in the Alternian economy. You have a bunch of amazing local friends. Some of them are rich, or have giant internet followings, or are just very, very enthusiastic about meat. The point is, you know people. Wow, that's really generous of you, offering to leverage your relationships for my sake. I knew I didn't make a mistake trusting you. Well, that's a different story, I guess. Why don't you call up all your fancy friends? Oh, fuck. You don't have a phone. The end. Yup. Okay, so take 2. So you don't have a way to get in touch with anyone, so you can't leverage your relationships. However, you can ask Konnyl if she works on spec. What? I don't work on spec. I'm only licensed on Alternia. Just kidding. I don't have a license. Oh my god. Of course they turned it into a fucking play on words. You explain to Konnyl that working on spec means doing some work for free in hopes that you are going to be paid later. You say it's unlikely that the bandits only go after Luci. That would be totally ridiculous when there are so many other things in the world to steal. Like money. They probably just have heaps of money in their hideout, and if she breaks in, she can have it all. Skyla doesn't want it. She just wants to save the Luci. Ouch. I hate when that happens. Smoother than they've been in years. Fuck. That's a wonderful feeling. Being like, actually shaving and being like, whoa, I didn't know that my legs could be this smooth. You are so dang convincing that you almost convince yourself. I'm not so sure. Sounds like you might be trying to fuck me over. You let out a scandalized gasp to convey just what an untoward accusation that is. You are shocked. Shocked! Ah! Fine. Anything to get away from this stupid bush. She kicks the prickly purple shrub so hard it uproots and sails across the street to land on the hood of someone's car. But you're coming with me. I'm gonna hold you to that. And if there's no money, then I'll hold you tighter and squeeze until your weirdly colored eyes pop out. Yikes. You believe it too. She could definitely do that. But here's your chance. You've got tons of success stories proving that forced exposure is really the best way to get people to like you. Sounds just peachy. When do we leave? Konnyl kicks another bush. See, she seems to have an anger management problem. Well, you guess she is managing it. She's taking it out on the shrubbery instead of you or Skyla. We aren't doing anything. You aren't coming. Lady starts growling again, and Skyla looks like she wants to join in. Excuse me? Never let her meet Undyne. Konnyl gets up in her face, moving way faster than someone her size seems like she should be able to. You aren't coming. You'll just get in my way. You're distracting. Skyla's mouth twitches just the tiniest bit. That is not what I meant. You keep tricking me. I just meant you'll probably stop to save some bark beast wigglers. Get us all culled. Skyla crosses her arms and tosses her hair. Fine. I'm counting on you two. You figure that the information gathering stage of the operation is next. You've seen heist movies. You know how this shit works. God, that was so gay. But Konnyl just shouts at someone on her palm husk for a while, then punches some coordinates into a car that you're pretty sure isn't hers. It takes you to the outskirts of the city, past long stretches of cracked concrete and urban sprawl. Not exactly the place you'd expect to find bandits who steal farm animals. You point this out to Konnyl. She tells you to shut up. So you do. You leave the car and walk the last few blocks. The bandits' operation is honestly not super impressive. It's a long industrial structure that looks more like a manufacturing plant than a den of thieves. Besides, beside it is something much more impressive. A sleek black spacecraft. Not like yours. This is the Mercedes-Benz to your banged-up Chevy Malibu. Even before you crash-landed it, that thing was a hunk of junk. Oh, holy shit! Is that an adult? What, the ship? No, dingus. I love that she uses the word dingus of all fucking things. You follow her frenzied gaze and, oh, right. The troll beside the ship is taller than anyone else you've seen here. Her skin a darker gray, her claws incredibly long. So, it is now officially canon that adult troll's skin is a darker gray. But still not the stylized black like it is in Homestuck. Claws big? Yes, she is a big adult. Count you the fucking sneak cat, no! If everyone you've met so far has been a kid, wow. They all deal with stuff that even adults on your planet don't. Routine death, dismemberment, and like 4 different relationship dynamics. If there really are no mature trolls here, then where are they? Wait, hold up! You're saying where you're from you live with adults? Yeah? You all live on the same planet? Sure do. Huh, well, maybe you're tougher than you look. Adults are terrifying. Come on, let's get closer. You and Konnyl sidle up close enough to the trolls to overhear them haggling over stolen goods. So far, the conversation is too general to tell if they mean the Luci. Damn, they must have globes of steel. Talking back to an adult. I mean, I am great at rushing in without giving it any thought, but I'm not a total moron. The 2 trolls appear to come to an agreement. They shake hands and head back into the warehouse together. So what do you think? What should we do? Huh? You? Konnyl is the expert here. Yeah, no shit. For punching. I am also good at slashing. But Asdaja always does the thinking. Asdaja always does the thinking. And the planning. He's the one with the I-beams and the big think pan. Don't tell him I said that. Please? Aww. You assure her that you couldn't tell Asdaja anything at all. You assure her you couldn't tell Asdaja anything at all because you don't know who he is. Oh. Right. Asdaja is a frustrating bulge lord loser who sucks so bad. Also, he's my mate's brain. We've been together for sweeps. He's supposed to be here, but he's off busy doing some dumb bullshit. So I need you to be the pans of the operation, okay? Please, do this for me. Oh dear. Okay, a couple of things. First of all, I'm fairly certain that we are going to find out what Asdaja is up to when we get to his route. Second of all, I saw someone on Tumblr sent an ask to Poinko, of all people, Poinko, who had nothing to do with any of this, saying how upset they were that Asdaja and Konyyl were Matesbrits and not Morales, because they thought that they were Morales. And they were very upset and were saying that they were going to stop supporting the Friendsim because of that, which does not compute. What the fuck? Lovingly insulting your partner is a big mood. Okay, so search the spaceship. Let's see what's going on inside. Maybe they got some cargo on there. Why though? I don't fucking know, man. People just do shit sometimes, and I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. Here's your chance to prove you are totally capable of making non-disastrous choices. You reason it would probably be best to check out that space cruiser while it's empty, since who knows how many people will be waiting for you in the warehouse. Yeah, that works for me. You suspect that Konyyl would have agreed to anything you suggested, just as long as she didn't have to make the decision herself. What a mood. As the kids these days say, big worm. There are so many tough decisions in your life recently. Honestly, these memes are fucking killing me. You're worried that the spaceship will be locked and your great plan is going to be over before it begins, but the door glides open easily and silently. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, you can just go for fix. Big worm. I know, like, what the fuck? That's one that I never got super into. I never got really into saying, oh, worm. Or big, or, you know, oh, or big worm, or anything like that. Konyyl leads the way, and you let her. You don't know what wild security measures a troll ship has, but you do know you don't want to find out. The inside is normal enough. A pilot and co-pilot seat, a central panel covered in more of that squiggly Alternian language, and a bank of sleeping screens. Other than that, it's remarkably bare of any homey touches. Not like your ship, which, in your humble opinion, was very nicely decorated. You've got some pretty dope posters on your wall. More lore! You've only said mood? Yeah, me too. Same here. More to the point, there is absolutely nothing of value here. Konyyl can tell also. There's no point in being here. This is just a cruiser. All the good stuff is definitely going to be inside the warehouse. Okay, fair. You have no idea what you're doing, and you are sick of pretending that you do. You wish you could just take a breather, honestly. The strange, compulsive desire for more friendship is still there, but you are pretty exhausted. Let's just... Fuck! Oh, wow. That's kind of forward, Konyyl. You aren't even at the friendship stage yet. Oh, calm down, you gigantic tool. I mean, oh, fuck. That's an adult troll and we are definitely going to die. That's why I said the fuck word. I love this, and I love her so oh my god. I love that. That's why I said the fuck word. That's a big mood, saying the fuck word when someone tells you to watch their language. Oh my god. Or to watch your language or whatever. Oh my god. Okay. Oh. Fuck. That is a big troll. Konyyl is pretty big. She's the biggest troll you've met so far. If someone fed you truth serum and put a gun to your head, you might even describe her as thick. This troll is fucking terrifying, and she looks pissed. Or maybe that's just how her face always looks. There are teeth. Lots of teeth. Who told you wigglers you could be in here? I didn't order any ugly wrigglers. Who are you calling ugly? Konnyl immediately slaps a clawed gauntlet over her mouth, apparently remembering who she is shouting at. The adult troll growls, and you don't mean she sounds angry. It's not a husky, sexy metaphor. She really fucking growls. A deep, guttural animal noise. Staring into a pair of merciless cobalt eyes, you experience a pulse of crystalline fear. Blank and cold. You are pretty much constantly braced for death, but that doesn't mean you're looking forward to it. Instead of springing forward and rending you into pieces, the adult just stares at you. Damn, adult monster troll. Take a picture, it'll last longer. The last thing you remember is those blazing eyes. Then even that fades, and you slip away. When you thrash back into consciousness, Konnyl is right on top of you, pinning you to the warm, thrumming metal of the spaceship wall. She doesn't look angry or scared or anything. Her snarling, expressive face is utterly blank. You say her name a couple times, but she doesn't twitch. She just squeezes down harder, grinding the bones of your wrist together. I know, it's that damn mind control. That adult troll was a cerulean, also smuggler, valid ancestor name. And that was apparently the thing that Aleph was trying to get at, that I did not remember. But yes, smuggler is a valid ancestor name. I like that even with the random one-offs, they're sticking to the naming conventions. Someone is swearing. Oh, fuck. You strain to see around Konnyl's head. The adult troll is seated at the pilot's seat and the console is lit up. You realize what the thrumming in the walls means. The ship is moving. You see the sickly green-gray of the Alternian night sky and your stomach does a disorienting leap of mingled elation and dread. You can't believe you are actually going to space and finally heading somewhere besides this fucking hellhole of a planet. Of course, that's how you felt when you were first leaving Earth. And you had no idea where this troll is bringing you, and you have no idea where this troll is bringing you, and your new prospective friend is just sitting here like she's hypnotized. Mind control. Also, more lore. MSPA reader left Earth because they thought it was a hell planet. She only reacts when you struggle, and then only to slam you back against the wall. You just randomly fell asleep, didn't you? How the heck did that happen? The adult starts talking again, but she isn't talking to you. No, I'm on my way. No more delays, I promise. The Lucai shipment is on schedule. No, don't worry. Everything is... Sirens scream and screens flash. The ship bucks wildly like a sailboat hit by a wave. The adult troll's fingers fly over the consoles. No, what the hell? I don't know. It's like I've lost all control of the damn thing. Fuck! Konnyl's grip on you loosens. She pulls away and shakes her head back and forth, shaggy hair flopping into her eyes. What? What the hell? Where are we? She sounds small and lost. The adult troll doesn't turn around. She's too busy yelling a mayday into her comm and trying to wrest back control of her ship. The whole thing shudders again and yours and Konnyl's heads bonk together. Ow! The ship bucks again. It feels less like engine failure and more like a gigantic baby is shaking it like a rattle. And you're scared, sure, but you're also awash in a sudden and unexpected flare of understanding and competency. Because this isn't the first time this has happened to you. More lore. I swear, one of these days I'm going to go back through all of the friend sims and make bullet note points of all of the MSPA reader lore that we can use to try and piece their story together. This is exactly how you crash landed on Alternia in the first place. You were just passing by, minding your own damn space business, when your ship decided it wanted nothing better than to just snap its reins, toss its wild head, and head straight for the unfamiliar planet below you. You push yourself to your feet, trying to tame your nausea as the ship rolls. You grab Konnyll's hand and pull her across the compartment to a glowing green sigil on the wall. You don't know much, but you do know absconding when everything starts falling to shit. Hey, what are you... Aw, let go of me! Absolutely not. If you do that, you will not be able to be friends with her because she'll be dead. With the strength born of desperation, you pull her into the escape pod with you. Ah! We won't fit. You will. You do. But it's uncomfortable as hell. Craning your neck at a very uncomfortable angle, you manage to reach around Konnyl and press the big red button on the wall. An alarm sounds and you hear the adults say, "What the?" before the door slams shut and the escape pod rockets out into space. You shudder back down toward Alternia, Konnyll's weight crushing your delicate ribcage. Poor ribcage. You're surprised it hasn't sued for damages yet. Wow, that sure was a shit show. Hardships bring people together, don't they? That's definitely a thing. Unfortunately, you judge from Konnyll's swearing and muttered death threats that this isn't one of those times. Game over. Those little X's mean that, turns out, out of 43 roots, you actually die 4 times, not 3, because Konnyl fucking murders you. So that's the bad end. Okay, I need some water. Yeah, I know, it's a lot. Okay. So, that was the bad end. So going to see the spaceship was not a great idea. However, there is still one more route left to go. And we are totally going to run over time because of those technical difficulties. Whoopsies. Okay. Follow the pirate into the warehouse. I know, press F to pay respects. Oh, jeez. You decide to follow them into the warehouse. That way, at least you will be trapped in a confined space if anyone comes back out to check on the ship. You get ready to do some James Bond-ass shit, ducking behind corners and saying, "Cover me," maybe executing some sick rolls down the hallway. You can't really do any gymnastics even when you aren't healing from broken ribs, but fantasy James Bond you sure can. Konnyl doesn't bother with any of that. She just stomps down the hallway towards the first door. Damn, she really hadn't been joking when she said she was more into a straightforward approach. You pick up speed to try to get to the door before she does, just to prevent her from charging in there and getting you both caught immediately. Good thing, too. Through the window in the door, you see what looks like some kind of break room. A couple of trolls are messing around on their palm husks, and a few more are sitting at the tables and playing some kind of game that involves cards, dice, and little colorful shells. Oh, come on, there's not even that many. We can take them. I forgot you weren't my partner, you're just dead weight. No real argument there. Polypa told you that most pros work together for a reason. It's much harder on your own. You wonder if Konnyl would have been so hot to take this job if it hadn't been for Skyla's, vibes. Yeah, that's the word. Vibes. They were vibing. They were flirting is what they were doing. They were black flirting. You have to do this. You have to rally. Konnyl is already losing faith in you, or maybe she had no faith in you in the first place. Whatever. You choose a different door at random and go down it, assuring Konnyl that you definitely know what the fuck you're doing. What? Where are you going? You've been down this road before, with Diamond and your meat quest through the sewers. This is possibly slightly higher stakes, but the same basic principle applies. Fake it till you make it. Konnyl gets annoyed much faster than your other friend, if her sub-vocalizations are anything to go by. Damn, you really need to step up your game. You think back on all the heist and infiltration movies you've seen. Maybe you can find a locker room or a troll laundry room and find one of those SWAT or hazmat suits. Yeah, that would be the best plan. Just put on a disguise and wander around like a sneaky fuck, and oh god damn it. You are so busy focusing on your brilliant plan that you open a door without thinking and find yourself looking at the trolls playing the card game. Somehow, in your random quest through the warehouse, you manage to double back on yourself and come out on the other side of the break room. Classic. That is classic you. You're almost charmed by yourself. Almost. There's a frozen moment when all the bandits just stare at you and Konnyl, perhaps taking in the truly staggering idiot level you have achieved. Thank fuck! We should have just done this from the beginning! You've gotten into quite a few fights since arriving on this planet. Well, mostly you've stood around while other people fought. But the point is, Konnyl. She is brutal. She takes out almost the same number of bandits that you, Skyla, and Lady did in a quarter of the time. Multicolored blood flies. And god, you know these are bad guys. They've been stealing Lucite and selling them, which sucks. But right now, they're kind of just a bunch of kids getting massacred. You don't feel great about it. In fact, you think you might need to sit down for a little bit. Your back hits the wall as you slide down to the dirty floor. You are clammy all over. Heh, pathetic! Konnyl pulls her gauntlet out of the final troll's neck with a spray of yellow blood and a squelch that makes your stomach roll. She notices you on the ground. What are you... are you serious? Come on. You try to tell her that she volunteered you for the mission herself, but you can't slow your breathing enough to get the words out. You aren't sure why now is the time you finally freak out. Maybe it's the close quarters, or maybe you've been on Alternia long enough for this multicolored mess to finally start registering as blood. Maybe you've reached your horror saturation point. Whatever. If you've learned anything from this experience, it's that the why of things doesn't actually matter. Whoops. Konnyl looms over you, raising a gauntlet. She's gonna kill you. At least if you're dead, you can't puke on yourself. But instead of brutal stabbing, you feel a steady pressure on the back of your neck. Konnyl pushes your head down until it's between your knees. Take slower breaths, idiot! You follow her instructions, too lightheaded to dwell on the absurdity of being coached through a panic attack by a girl who just murdered like 10 dudes. She's surprisingly good at this. Daja freaked out at his first fight, too. Wasn't even bloody. The little wriggler passed out. I guess some bloodcasts really are better built for violence. She sits down beside you and pats you on the back. You kind of wish she'd taken the bloody gauntlet off first, but you appreciate the gesture. You are having a hard time reconciling this Konnyl with the one who had snarled at Skyla for being too nice. I'm multifaceted. Also, fuck her. Which reminds me... She pulls her phone out of her pocket, smearing a little olive blood across the screen. Corey, I got your bandits. She talks a lot louder on the phone than she does in real life. Yeah, no shit. Of course I work fast. Especially when I don't have anyone to slow me down with a bunch of tactics and plans. Save it for your kismesis. She hangs up and glares at the phone. You tell her she really seems to hate Skyla. Konnyll's face goes a fierce shade of green. Don't be stupid. I barely know her. You don't press the issue. You also don't point out the obvious point that these probably aren't the only trolls in the facility. The one who had been haggling with the adult isn't here, for instance. I know, right? Oh my god. Those two. Yeah, there's definitely some gay shit going on there. Please and thanks. But if Konnyl forgetting about them means less murder, you are all about it. There's no way the bandits are continuing their work after this. Konnyl also seems to have forgotten about the fact that she came here looking to be paid, and nope. She is looting the bodies. Great. It's a lot messier and takes way longer in real life than it does in video games. In the end, she ends up with 5 palm husks, a laptop, some jewelry, and some little squares of plastic you think might be sci-fi credit cards. Whatever. There's barely anything here. But that fight made it pretty worth it. Well, you're glad it was good for somebody, at least. You are just trying not to think about it and maybe get outside as fast as possible. Whatever Konnyl wants to do with your outstanding debt at this point, well, you can square up out there. Yeah, don't worry about that. I'm not actually gonna squeeze you. It would just be too easy, like squishing a march bug. Fuck yes, saved by being pitiful. I doubt you have any money anyway. I mean, you are wearing an ablution robe. Still wearing Tagora's fucking bathrobe. Which raises the question, did Remele just not notice the fucking embroidered logo on it when you were in the gallery? Or is the embroidered logo not very obviously Tagora? Like, is it just initials? Or what? But you're literally wearing Tagora's bathrobe and she's standing there complaining about how he's stirring up shit with her art over copyright infringement. True. Konnyl helps you to your feet. You kind of want to ask if you're friends now, even though the only bonding activity you've done together is combined murder and comforting, with her doing both of those things and you standing there like a dumbass. But really, you've made friends with worse people for worse reasons. Oh. Here. Why don't you take one of these? She hands you one of the palm husks. Thankfully, it only has a little bit of blood on it. Actually, it might be mustard. Like the actual condiment. But she's giving you a phone? Why? You don't have one, right? I mean, you don't even have any pants. Fuck. This way we can keep in touch. And you can tell me if you have any more jobs with an excellent violence level. Like this one. Here, let's exchange info. Palm husks are really useful. You can use them to call people and everything. We got phone. Fuck yeah. Pants are shit. Oh my god, I know. Pants are total bullshit. Skirts and dresses all the fucking way. Shorts are not half bad. You've upgraded to long skirt. Yes! Join the fucking party. You aren't sure if she's making a joke. Possibly she just thinks you're an idiot. That's okay, you can deal with that. Because not only did you make a friend today, you got a gift today. Holy shit. You killed it. I think her quirk is just yelling / doing all caps on the last word of sentences. And then when she is more emotionally vulnerable, then she does not capitalize the end of her sentences. But yes, victory! She's going to write my number. So now we have a phone to keep track of all the happenings on Alternia, keep track of our friends, keep in touch. I sure darn hope shenanigans ensue involving the Palm Husk in future volumes. Yeah. So, that is Friend Sim for this week. Now, if I just quickly... Oh, yes, that's right. We always look at the credits. Let me just Google something over here on my laptop. Because the title for Volume 8 has been found. Okay, it's gonna be fucking impossible for me to find this, isn't it? Something to do with songs. I can't remember the exact title, but the title of Volume 8 is something to do with songs, which means most likely Trixie, which I'm really fucking excited about because we have the same fucking sign. Oh my god. I hope MSP Reader gets to connect with others again. Yeah, I know. I hope that we get to reconnect with old folks too. Right. So, credits. Cindy Dominguez, this is the one who I noticed was on the cover art credits along with Hussey for Medium. So she's a producer for all volumes. No new producers. Writers. So, C.L. Kyle, Remele, and Hiveswap Konyyl. Hiveswap, I've been just increasingly impressed with. Like, her stuff has been so fucking amazing. Once they befriend the purple. I know, right? Absolutely. I really hope we get some purple soon, because if we don't, there might be a bit of a clustering issue with getting a bunch of them in a row. Although, we did get two blue blood, olive blood ones in a row. But yeah. They've definitely successfully ingrained themselves in Alternia and Alternian culture so far. Yes, Hiveswap, fucking good shit. And C.L. Kyle, yes. Alright, character artist for Volume 7 with Gina Cachon. Gina Chacon? Not pronouncing that properly. But yes, more ultra gorgeous art. And yes, David Turnbull, Trace Excalibur again. Music! So, great. That was not... Yes, there it is. Remele's theme, Pirates. Yes. Going with those fucking memes again. So that was Remele's theme, another James Broach, and then of course we already recognize Konnyll's theme is Olive Scribe from Colors and Mayhem. Yes, and game design and UI program, we had a little break for Volume 6, Volume 7, David Turnbull, back at it again, same quality assurance, da-da-da. Okay, so that's our credits. Yes, it absolutely does, but you're missing an apostrophe, or is it a comma? I think it's a comma. The face is like, here, I'll type it out. Because the face is more like, why did I use my phone to do this when my laptop is right next to me? There. See the little comma eyebrow? It's got that little, like... Oh, no, wait a second. I missed one, too. Oh, no, I missed a thing. It's like... Da, 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 like that. So it's like a raised eyebrow, which is like a really weird roundabout way of doing a raised eyebrow, but like I appreciate it. Yes, it's a very fucking good song. The music is always amazing for these things. Like, oh my god. James Roach, I think I can officially say is one of my favorite musicians at this point. Honestly. Everything that he comes up with. Fucking brilliant. I love it. Okay. So... it's 15 minutes after 1. Which is actually not as late as I thought this was going to go. But yes. It is 1:15. It is time to call it quits for the evening. Stream will resume on Friday. Homestuck will come back on Friday. Yeah, we did pretty good. Yeah. I think that's all I got to add. Yes, next week's bonus stream will be Undertale again. I want to have beaten Sans by the time we get to that stream. That is my goal, to have beaten Sans by the time we get to the next Undertale stream. Because it will be the last Undertale stream before I go to camp. What? Camp is happening that soon? Yes, indeed. Because the next bonus stream would be... because it would be Undertale, then another Friendsim, and then the next Undertale stream after that would have to be the night before I fly out to the camp. So I can't be, like, streaming or staying up late that night. I have to just go the fuck to sleep. I gotta be getting my shit ready. So, yes. Hopefully Undertale finale is coming up, but I haven't practiced Sans too much. I've been doing other life things and also pissing around a little bit, let's be honest. But yeah, fingers crossed that next Undertale stream will be just like the ending dialogue after Sans. But anyway. Yes. I think that was it. Okay. That's all, folks. Good night, everyone. Have a lovely rest of your evening, whatever you may be getting up to. Fingers crossed, I will see y'all Friday evening for Homestuck. We just got back to Caliborn with Act 6, Act 2? Yes? We just got back to Homosuck, okay? We just got back with Caliborn and Homosuck for Homosuck Part 2. So it's gonna be a journey. Hope y'all can join. Have a lovely, splendid evening. And good night.